Hello, Faith Nation, and everyone out there in social media land. I am Nathan Bro. This is my wife Pamela, and we are marriage facilitators of One Heart Marriage Ministry. And we're coming before you today with a few nuggets and some tokens to make your marriage better and to make it more fulfilling.
Yes, and once again, we bring you greetings from Destiny of Faith, One Heart Marriage Ministry, where our pastors are Pastor Ken and Pastor Mary Lazard. We just want to let you know that you and your families are in our thoughts and our prayers during this critical time in our lives with everything that we're facing. And we just want to encourage you to let you know that God will truly bring us out with the victory on the other side. So please know that if you need anything from us, we are here for you. Not only the One Heart Marriage Ministry, but Destiny of Faith family as a whole. So thank you for your participation and keep the faith during this time that we're in our lives. And I would like to turn it over to my husband, Nathan Bro. He's going to just give a few nuggets and tips on good communication.
Well, one of the main points that we've learned in our 21 years of marriage for healthy communication, the number one thing is to never ever go to bed angry at each other. It makes for a horrible start of a second day, first of all, and is not as well good rest for the person that's not sleeping in the bed or maybe sleeping on the sofa because of the any disagreements or confusion that you may have for a situation. So one of our number one rules for our marriage that can also help yours is to never go to bed angry. And there's a scripture in Ephesians that says to be ye angry and to sin not. What that means for us is it's okay to get upset. It's perfectly okay to be disappointed, but it's in how you gear that and how you angle that towards each other is what makes the difference. I could be upset with my wife, but I don't have to be disrespectful to her. I don't have to get um, physical with her. I don't have to violate her to show her that I'm upset or angry. I could express that in a healthy way, and we give each other that space to express ourselves, and we take turns to have the floor and to say what we want to each other and have a listening ear, not listening with an attitude like I'm not want to be here. But both parties have to be willing to speak, and one has to be willing to listen. I prefer, well, I've learned through the years to let my wife go first, so that way I get the last say. But that doesn't always work out. Anyway, you want to also show each other that you're contentive and that you're actually listening and that it's important what the other person is saying. And I'd also like to note that to start off with prayer, please also start off with a short prayer together and to never leave the space that you're in where you got upset. You may not always be home, it may be at an event, but never to leave one another alone because you leave room for the enemy. And it can cause further problems from what you started off with. So number one is to never go to bed angry. Number two is to sit when hotter heads prevail, when you cool off, to sit and have a healthy discussion, one at a time, not interrupting each other, respecting each other's space and time, and allow each other to speak. And the person that is not speaking at the time to be receptive and even given a posture that you're listening and that it's important what the other person is saying and that it means something to you and that you're listening with an attentive ear, not just whistling, looking at the ceiling and just waiting for your time to speak and thinking about your defense of what you want to say, but don't use that time for that. Use it to listen, to genuinely listen and openly having your heart receiving what the person is saying. And remember that your spouse is not your enemy. And if you stand back to back to each other, something that we practice, the person that you're facing is your enemy. So if you're standing back to each other, you're never facing each other. You're facing the enemy, which is trying to destroy your marriage and separate you. But if you stand back to back, the devil cannot attack you because I got her back and she has mine. So just remember, One Heart Marriage Ministry, some of the things that we practice is to fight back to back and never to fight face to face, facing each other, because we are not each other's enemy. God has put us together, so let no man put us asunder. So that was the points and tokens that I have for you to hopefully help your marriage to be better and to be more enlightening and to have a long-lasting effect for each other in the future. Thank you.
And thank you so much for sharing that. That is so important. And I believe that just keeping that in mind of not letting the sun go down on your wrath. Don't go to bed angry. Don't leave those unsettled arguments or conflicts for the next day.
That's right.
You want to have sweet sleep. You want to be able to have peace and wake up the next day just to be able to face the challenges that are in that day in and of itself.
Right.
So just also remember to be quick to forgive and quick to say I'm sorry, because those are two things that I know that we had to actually do our very best in mastering those things, and even praying that we would have a forgiving heart and being able to say I'm sorry quick, and not waiting and letting it all fester and letting the enemy continue to make it bigger than what it really
Correct.
is.
To magnify the situation.
Yes. So again, we come to you, Nathan and Pamela Bro, on behalf of One Heart Marriage Ministry of Destiny of Faith. And we also want to let you know again that we are here for you. You're in our thoughts and our prayers. And please reach out if you need anything at any time. And always remember, we are definitely in this together as a family. We love you and praying for you. God bless.
God bless.